AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. President Trump's urging Israel to get more food into Gaza. Sagar Magani reports he appears to be recalibrating his message amid renewed fears of hunger in the territory.
The president's pointing to images of emaciated kids being shown worldwide.
Those children look very hungry.
Calling it real starvation stuff.
I see it, and you can't fake that.
He spoke in Scotland alongside British Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
It's an absolute catastrophe.
A day after Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu brushed off concerns.
There is no policy of starvation in Gaza.
The president says Netanyahu must get food there.
We're giving money and things. He's got to sort of like run it.
Saying Israel has a lot of responsibility.
Israel can do a lot.
Amid mounting international criticism, the Israeli military started airdropping aid over the weekend, pausing fighting in 3 populated Gaza areas to help with distribution. Sagar Magani, Washington.
Gaza health officials say at least 78 Palestinians killed by Israeli strikes or gunfire today, including a pregnant woman and her baby who was delivered after her death. Meantime, 2 prominent Israeli groups are accusing the government of committing genocide in Gaza, the first time local Jewish-led organizations have made such accusations. President Trump shortening the deadline he gave Russian President Vladimir Putin to reach a deal ending the war in Ukraine.
10 or 12 days from today.
Adding,
we just don't see any progress being made.
The statement came after another Russian overnight barrage against Ukraine. Back in this country, 2 people dead, a suspect in custody following a shooting outside a casino in Reno, Nevada, 3 wounded, taken to hospital. A quiet start to the week on Wall Street. The S&P edged up less than 0.1%, while the Nasdaq added about 0.3, both closing at new records. The Dow slipped 64 points. This is AP News. A court fight ongoing over alligator Alcatraz. Julie Walker has the latest.
Lawyers seeking a temporary restraining order against alligator Alcatraz, an immigration detention center in the Florida Everglades, say detainees have been barred from meeting with attorneys, held without any charges, and had their bond hearings canceled. A virtual hearing in federal court in Miami was held Monday over the lawsuit. Critics have condemned the facility as cruel and inhumane, while Florida Governor Ron DeSantis champions it as part of the state's aggressive push to support President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration.
You've had hundreds of illegal aliens that have been flown out of there for deport. So that is underway. We hope that the cadence picks up.
And he wants to see similar facilities in other states. I'm Julie Walker.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
Aw, they got rained out. But no worries. The 23rd Annual Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament has been rescheduled to Saturday, August 9th. Same great course at Lau, same great format, Blackjack Double Peoria, and same great price, only $130. Sign up today for your chance to win some awesome hole-in-one prizes. A 2026 Kia Sportage from Jotun Motors, a 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz SE from Triple J Motors, a 2025 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 TRD from AK Toyota, $5,000 from Pacifica Insurance, and another $5,000 from Marpac, both on hole number 7. And of course, you got our optional play. And at the awards luncheon raffle, Jeju Air and T-Way tickets, hotel room stays, dinner out, and more. Oh, so much more. Join us to support the Commonwealth Cancer Association at the Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament, now on August 9th.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community health mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
I'm bringing the heat today, so let's get inside. Woke up with smiles, the sun shining. Let the sun shine in. Got dreams to chase and a world to win. Turn up the radio, dance today. And let's dance through the day. Feel the vibe in the air. Come on, let's play. We live in love, making waves as we go. With every heartbeat, it's an endless show. We're living bright, let the music ignite. Good morning, Marianas. Let's shine tonight. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. We live in love, making waves as we go. With every heartbeat, it's an endless show. We're living bright, let the music ignite. Good morning, Marianas. Let's shine tonight.
You've been blaming you've been blaming me. You've been blaming you've been blaming me. Baby, let's have fun tonight.
Good morning, Marianas.
Enjoy the ride.
It is Tuesday morning. Oh, Cobra in the house. Good morning. Holy cow, what a way to start the day. It is Tuesday. I feel a little bit better just because there's sunshine outside. We've got a ton of stuff that we're going to do. We've got a guest coming in here in about 15 minutes. We're going to have Representative from Precinct 3, Marissa Flores, is going to be joining us today. And I'm not sure yet. We're trying to get former Senator Crispin Ogo to join us today. We asked if he could give us a ring at 9 o'clock. Just not sure. We're just waiting because he's got a lot of stuff he wants to talk about too. Not sure if we're going to get him in here today. But good morning to all you guys who are tuning in to this morning. I experienced a little bit of fun with the world of Facebook today. Man, every once in a while they make changes. They don't say, hey, this is coming up, get ready for it. But it does happen. And so we're having fun with it this morning. Good morning, Luisa Cabrera, the MVP of SBL and everything baseball. Hopefully it's dry enough out there to get people playing. I know the games are supposed to resume today. Walking around in some spots in Saipan, it was just soggy. And man, like soggy is what it was. It just, I can imagine that the baseball field's going to be like that too. Feeling Gizmo, good morning. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in, my brother. Great to see you. Eric Mofna's in the house. Welcome, man. It is so good to see you, man. Every morning we see this guy first. It's like a race to see who's going to post the first WhatsApp in our veterans group. It's the coolest thing. Francisco de Leon Guerrero, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Great to see you this morning. Paradise Dental in the house. That's right. Oh, man, I'm telling you, they turn your into a when you go in there to Paradise Dental. If you got a toothache, go in there, but don't wait till you got a toothache. Go down there and find out for yourself why everybody is changing and going down to Paradise Dental Spa in Gualarai. You can give them a call at 234-4040, or you can, even better, go see them in person. Go see how great it is and see how nice everybody is down there. I'm telling you, they've got smiles that are infectious. They'll help yours too. And they're the home of the Island Smiles Discount Dental Plan, the only real discount dental plan in Saipan. Find out how much you're paying per month for your dental care. Is it $4, $5, $6 per paycheck? No, is it more than that? Then you're paying too much. Check them out over at Paradise Dental. 234-4040. That song you were hearing, that was Jordan Paradise and Simon Necesito Bacaden. They are the ones who put that together. You heard them perform that in studio too, so it was really cool when we had them in here. I was pretty stoked that we had them, and now we get to play their stuff because they said we're cool, and I'm like, oh man, you guys are cool too. All right, good morning, Sofia Benavente. Buenas, great to see you. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Ann Attow in the house. In the meows, because she's always got those cat gifts. Great to see you, Eric. Really great to see you. Cobra, great to see you, man. Man, you know, I always pick our schedules are not clicking. when he's making it down to last shot, I can't get there. And when he's down, when I'm down there, he's just not there. I'm like, man, one of these days I'll be able to have a beer with him. PJ Victoria, it's going to be a while before I get to have a beer with you. You got to come all the way back here from the mainland. But it's great that we got you here in the morning. Jack, good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us today. And we do have a good day lined up for you. And we're looking forward to having all you guys join us on the show. Remember, when we got guests and all that stuff, you're a part of the show. If you don't think that, well, then you're missing out, because you can call us. The number is 789-2323, 789-2323. You guys can call us and become a part of the show. I mean, this is every single day. Wow, that's not true. Sunday and Saturday, I got to get a little break. But there was no break this past weekend. There was just nothing but news, things happening. So, but there wasn't a good morning show. So, but when we have the shows, you can always call in. The number is 789-2323. Juan Nandan, great to see you this morning. Caleb, thanks for tuning in. Great to see you. I can see folks from DPL are in the house as well. Great to see you guys. Everybody over at DPS, good morning. Holy cow, DFEM's in the house. I got to tell you, yesterday we delivered those free buckets of beer to the folks from DFEMs, from Last Shot. They're both from Last Shot, for Giovanni Mira and for Abraham Kittigwa. We handed them off. We didn't get to hand them off personally because they got different schedules and all that, but we got them to Robert Mojica, who's going to give it to those guys, because we want to make sure that, hey, they were out there, they saved a life. We got to make sure that they stay hydrated because, that takes a lot out of you. And we're proud of those guys. We want to make sure they get that stuff. Chris Tomakane over there in the mainland. Great to see you. Tobak Castro. Man, you got yard work today. Dude, you can't tint the lawnmower? Or can you? Dude, that guy's so good. He could tint the lawnmower, I'm sure of it. Zoom Manglonia. Dude, good to see you, man. I'll tell you, coolest name in the business. All right, as the sun is coming out and we're adjusting to maybe some brighter days finally here in the Commonwealth, we can't get too far away from what's going on here in the Commonwealth. And that is, we've got that was a yawn that did not go as planned. We have a state funeral that is happening for our late Governor Arnold I. Palacios, and we got the details for it. First of all, the most striking thing for me is just to see the new letterhead. Seeing David Mundo Apatang as the governor and Dennis C. Mendiola as lieutenant governor. I mean, it's these little things, these little conversations. I know we're moving forward together, and it's going to be an adjustment for all of us, and that's just part of it. But this is it right here. So it's already changed, and they are making moves, and we'll see like new social media and all that other stuff. But it's not disrespectful. It's just, they've got to move. They have to continue to move forward, and we just have to be there for them. That's it. So here it is. This came out yesterday. This is to officially declare the state funeral for Governor Palacios. It is going to be this Saturday, August 2nd, and it's going to be at the Multipurpose Center in Susupe. And it's fitting. I mean, that's where he had his inauguration. And now this is where he's going to have his state funeral. And now the state funeral, that's the real fancy one. It's not. There's not a lot of people in there, but all the people from all over the world really are going to end up coming in here. Certainly, they're going to have folks from throughout Micronesia, throughout the entire Pacific. The military is going to be here big time. And if they don't, oh boy, that's a bad move. But I wonder how high up they'll go on that. Are they going to get, I know they'll have like Joint Task Force Micronesia. They'll probably have Indo-PACOM. Does it go higher? I don't know. You heard Cleo Pascal saying, "Oh, the vice president should be here." That would be great. That'd be a great way to honor, a fallen governor. She called him an American hero, and I don't disagree. Here we go. Keep going. So the 9 to 10 o'clock state funeral. That's all the fancy stuff with all the dignitaries and all that stuff. And if you're wondering what you're supposed to wear to that, it says on there. It says, "Hey, please observe proper and dignified attire. Formal black suit for all and black tie for men." I don't know, a lot of people, I don't have a black tie, I don't think. I may have a tie that has black in it, but don't really have a black tie. Many visiting dignitaries and government Palacios associates from abroad will be representing the Pacific region, Asia, and the U.S. federal government will be in attendance. General public, it's for and businesses and nonprofit entities are welcome to pay their final respects to the governor right afterwards. They're going to move the governor over to Mount Carmel, and they're going to have the wake from 10:15 to 2:45, followed by the mass and the internship. He'll be up north at the public cemetery in Marpy. I don't know, is there anybody else in the public cemetery in Marpy? I don't know that they've maintained that up there yet. That's over there by the Veterans Cemetery. It's not the same one, but it's right next to it. It's within the same compound for sure. But that's going to be up. So that's going to be this weekend. So it's going to be busy for sure. And it's going to be a somber affair, but it's an opportunity to pay your respects and, honor our late governor, So, that's going to be it. Hey, thank you, Richard Lazama. Thank you so much. You're over there in Hollywood. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Where are those YouTubers who cut people's grass for free? Why, you need some of that? Sorry, I see it. Tobot, he's like, I can't even balance on the ground. What more, a ladder? Oh my God, you guys are having all kinds of fun over there in the comments. All right, well, we'll get back to that. Again, here in about 5 minutes or so, we're going to have Representative Marissa Flores joining us in studio. We look forward to getting her all set up and talking about what's going on, because the legacy of our governor is part of it's that executive order about IPI and the Commonwealth Casino Commission. What's going to happen with that? Will those commissioners still have something to do? I don't know what they were doing before, but I know it wasn't paying for rent because they racked up a pretty hefty bill over there at the Springs Plaza. Dr. Liu has got a big IOU from the Commonwealth Casino Commission, the commission that has not brought in any money but continued to rack up debt for the CNMI on a hope, on a dream. I don't know. I think that was cause enough. If they just identified that as the cause to remove the commissioners, I think that would have been it. And they would have avoided all this craziness or all this headache. Just say, hey, here's why. Because you've racked up $300,000 of bill that you can't pay, and you've obligated the Commonwealth to it. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Well, they didn't do that. Instead, we're dealing with what we're dealing with right now, that executive order. So we're going to hear from our good Congresswoman to tell us all about it here in just a little bit. A couple other things happening out there. Yesterday, we had a press conference at 11 o'clock at the Department of Public Safety where they identified the victim of the homicide investigation. At least it's an investigation. They're not saying anything beyond that. But, excuse me, as Rose, is it Mendiola Sablon? Hold on just one moment. And she's 77 years old. And, Rose Mendiola Sablon. And, it was an interesting conversation because we took your concerns to the public information officer for DPS and said, hey, did you label this as a homicide just so that you got the full weight of the investigative bureau? Or is this a real homicide? What can you tell us? They're like, well, we don't have any information. I'm like, well, the public wants to know, do we have murder on the loose? That was it. That's exactly one of the messages that came our way. And so we asked them, and they're like, well, from what I understand, there isn't a murder on the loose. I'm like, so, well, what is it? Is there or isn't there? You're investigating it as a homicide. Are you trying to get everybody all amped up, or did something happen, right? So, yikes. Yeah, it's awful. Oh, hold on. Oh, man, are you kidding? Did I not post this already? I thought I did. But if I didn't, we're going to put this up here right now. Thank you for sending that, Louisa, because this is one of the greatest things, and it's happening this weekend also. Just happens to be happening at the same time. Excuse me. I know what ended up happening. Tobot said that someone said there were signs of foul play. I don't know. I didn't hear that in the press conference. I didn't hear them mention that there were signs of foul play. Unless I'm just not a great listener. And I did not hear DPS say that. They didn't explain why, other than, this is what they do. But I can't imagine that, basically, it shouldn't be there for us to figure out, what they meant and why they're doing it. They should just tell us what they mean and what's going on. I mean, that was it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear it, and I didn't hear them say that. No problem. All right. Thank you for sending that message. No problem. Let me message you back. No problem. All right. So we're still gonna have Rep. Flores come in here. She's just gonna be a little bit later than she planned, but she will be with us today. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Yeah, I didn't hear that at all. So I think the thing is that I don't believe that we should be trying to figure out what their intent was. They just tell us what it is, plain and simple. Just the bluff is what they do in the military. Bottom line up front. It's a murder investigation, or it's not. What is it? Did you find stuff that says that you think it is? So, yeah, I saw that. I saw what you sent, Tobot. Thanks. I know they said it. Brian was sitting right next to me in that press conference. I just didn't hear it. We can go back and watch the whole thing, but I didn't hear them say that there were signs of foul play, because they didn't say that when we asked specifically about, is there a murderer on the loose? That would be the time that you would answer that. All right. So we didn't get that from them. We also got some news from IPI situation over there with the transfer of the lease. We were going to have DPL Secretary Sixtu Igasomar in last week, but everything happened with the governor last week. It just didn't seem appropriate, and so we're going to try to get him on in this show this week. Just to reschedule for it. I know that they've got a lot of work to do, but we want to hear about what's going on with that, find out what's going on with Managaha, find out what everything that's going on with DPL. So we hope to get him in here this week, before the funeral, hopefully. It would be great. What else do we have going on here? Just trying to get you a few things. Oh, yeah, that's a story that we're going to pop up there. In fact, I could start sending stuff because Laura is back. Yay. By the way, I got to tell you, I was doom scrolling this morning at the house, and they had a couple of songs come up. I'm like, oh, all right, I can get into this like 70s, 80s vibe a little bit. And I threw on some Bee Gees, and then on Amazon Prime Music, and then it just started going with rando song after rando song, random song, and then is that Styx? Yeah. Babe, I mean, like, that was it. I think that's what the song is, right? And I'm hearing it, and I'm just starting to sing it a little bit, and all of a sudden I can hear Laura sing it in the background. I'm like, I'm impressed. How do you know this old song? She's like, oh, it's my mom. And I don't know if I thought that was cooler or if I felt older right there, but either one is good, because I thought that was pretty awesome. All right, man. All right, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to hit our actual top stories today. We're going to knock them down. And remember, Crispin Ogo, we're trying to get him in here today. So we'll probably go a little overtime today. We'll try to get him in at 9 o'clock. And because he wants to talk about his fight against the Supreme Court's judgment in 2013, because he feels that he should get that vacant seat that the Supreme Court ruled that it's going to be Paul Manglonia, former senator, to fill the vacancy left when Senate President Des Mendiola ascended to the lieutenant governor seat. All right, we'll be right back right after this.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
Aw, they got rained out. But no worries. The 23rd Annual Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament has been rescheduled to Saturday, August 9th. Same great course at Laulau, same great format, Blackjack Double Peoria, and same great price, only $130. Sign up today for your chance to win some awesome hole-in-one prizes. A 2026 Kia Sportage from Jotun Motors, a 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz SE from Triple J Motors, a 2025 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 TRD from AK Toyota, $5,000 from Pacifica Insurance, and another $5,000 from Marpac, both on hole number 7. And of course, you got our optional play. And at the awards luncheon raffle, Jeju Air and T-Way tickets, hotel room stays, dinner out, and more. Oh, so much more. Join us to support the Commonwealth Cancer Association at the Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament, now on August 9th. Aw, they got rained out. But no worries. The 23rd Annual Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament has been rescheduled to Saturday, August 9th. Same great course at Laulau, same great format, Blackjack Double Peoria, and same great price, only $130. Sign up today for your chance to win some awesome hole-in-one prizes. A 2026 Kia Sportage from Jotun Motors, a 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz SE from Triple J Motors, a 2025 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 TRD from AK Toyota, $5,000 from Pacifica Insurance, and another $5,000 from Marpac, both on hole number 7. And of course, you got our optional play. And at the awards luncheon raffle, Jeju Air and T-Way tickets, hotel room stays, dinner out, and more. Oh, so much more. Join us to support the Commonwealth Cancer Association at the Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament, now on August 9th.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
All right, Marianas, welcome back. And you're like, Brad, are you talking? Oh, geez. Are you talking to yourself over there? The answer to that question is no, not this time anyway. I'm not talking to myself because we have our special guest who just joined us in studio as well while we were taking that real quick break. And we couldn't be happier to have her with us. This is our very own representative from Precinct 3, Marissa Flores. Representative, Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning, sir. How are you? I was listening to you on the way down.
Oh my gosh, and you're still able to drive? That was awesome. That didn't induce drowsiness or anything?
Well, you know, the rush hour here is intense, you know, especially when you don't have middle lanes in certain areas where you need them. Mm-hmm. But I was able to get here about 5 minutes later than anticipated, but I'm here.
Hey, you know, don't ask anybody for any more lanes. We see how long this project's taken. We want to get this done before our kids are like grandparents. So,
yeah.
Great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. There's been so much going on, and I almost don't know where to start because, you know, we just lost a titan for a leader of ours and who's been guiding us through some real tough times.
Yeah. You know, as much as there is this sentiment that people didn't get along or whatever it is, I truly believe that he was a man of integrity. He knew how to keep people unified. And he was in the process, and unfortunately, we'll never know the success of his rebuilding trust vision, but I wholeheartedly believe that he was working towards that, whether we know it or not. I know the man, and I know him as a leader, as a relative, as a friend, and that's where I'm at with that.
Well, it's, you know, I got to see you during all that campaign stuff and then working together and then seeing folks, you know, I really got to see the Gov come into his own. You know, like he had a lot of positions. He was in a lot. He was Senate President. He was in the House. He had all these appointed positions as well. But seeing him become the governor, he really became the governor when he was in there.
He did, and again, you know, politics is real, and it's real here. It's real in bigger countries. It's just very transparent because we're such a small community. So, there's not much I can say with that. And he was actually, you know, honestly, the man was a mentor to a lot of us. And I know that there are many of my peers that can attest to that. I've been reading a lot of Glenn Hunter's posts. And while he had the privilege to be around him a lot more than a lot of us, I have to believe that, you know, what he says is true. And this is his way of, you know, keeping his legacy alive. And I can't disagree with his sentiment about how he feels as a mentor, because he's impacted my life in a way that he has also impacted Glenn and many other young leaders.
You know, the part, you know, I had a really good conversation with somebody yesterday. Just by chance, I met them at the same place for lunch. We invited them over to our table. It's funny, I was making lunch plans with one of my friends, bumped into a veteran at Memorial Park. I'm like, hey, you want to join us? He's like, yeah. And then while we were there, we saw another guy, a visiting DOD guy, right, who's been here, been working out here for, I don't know, but at least as long as I've known. So about 8 years at least. And I watched this guy who's a military veteran, this guy who comes out here who's been helping to work with the military and both a previous governor also, Governor Torres. And I saw his eyes fill up when talking about the gov. I was not prepared to do that, and to see that from him, and to talk about his friendship with the governor, and that he came here just to hand deliver a letter from an admiral. That was again. So this guy's not still in the military. He works for DOD as a civilian.
And you know, even when we received our governor on his way from Guam, in all the years of my life, since I started voting, and I've seen many governors come and go, I've never seen that kind of support from the Department of Defense, let alone the federal government as a whole. And that's it. That it resonated with me, because he must have been doing something that we didn't know about. And he is our executive leader. Maybe he, you know, had conversations that we're not privy to know. But again, I have to believe that he was in the right place, his heart was in the right place, and he was doing everything in his power to uphold the covenant, the Constitution, and what that would look like for us moving forward. And that type of respect and that type of honor, that doesn't come often. And when it comes, you know, you can't help but ask, why him, right? And again, I just keep going back to, I have to believe that there was something much bigger than local politics involved. And this is bigger than what's going on with certain things that are greatly affecting our community. This is geopolitics, and not everybody's privy to that, except the head of the state. And I know that, and I believe that in my heart.
I've had the same kind of conversations, like I've heard other people, like, you know, why are we doing this? Why is this the policy? You know, we don't know, but the same thing. There must be something that we don't know about that he's not sharing with everybody else that he knows about. And you know, the one thing I don't think anyone would ever question is that he was doing what he thought was the right thing, trying to guide us in the right direction for the NMI.
And he has the right to do that. He's our head of state. He doesn't, you know, I get it. There's this notion within the branches of the government that we all have to be in communication. Yes, to a certain degree that is true. But when you're talking about high-level security and geopolitics, those are things that we're not privy to, because he has a duty to uphold that confidentiality. Whether or not I know what that is, maybe other people know that, but I don't know it. And I don't agree that he has to share it with the legislature, especially in terms of geopolitics and in times of uncertainty. I have to believe that he was doing the best thing, and I believe that in my heart. And maybe it upset some people, and maybe the notion of rebuilding trust wasn't evident, wasn't there. But I have to disagree with that sentiment, because I understand and I understood his role. He was our executive leader, and he has a different position than a lot of us in the legislature, in the judiciary, and I have to accept that, and I have to just believe that, and I do.
You know, it's funny. I always think when it comes to like public information or news guys or anything, that like all we do is talk about stuff while everybody else is actually just doing it. And when the people who are really doing that stuff, they can get so caught up in doing everything, and they're not looking for all the praise, right? They need those people to be out there giving them that kind of praise or recognizing what they're doing and letting people know what's going on, because they don't stop to say, hey, everybody, first of all, clap for me, and now I'm going to go back to it. They just do it. Like you're one of them. I mean, like you're out there doing the work too, and you guys don't often get a chance to really stop and do that.
No, and like the late governor said, don't call me when it's a groundbreaking. Call me when it's done. And he said it many times, and that has resonated with our community. But as the head of state, he has to show, because then he has to show support of his cabinet members and the team that's below that. So I get it. In terms of, what I do, I've always mentioned it, even during the campaign trail, my allegiance is to the people. At the end of the day, that's it. I have to protect my people at all costs. I have to honor my flag. I have to honor what the Commonwealth means to me. And while everybody might have a difference of opinion on that honor and that respect, I can't answer for them, but I can answer for what that means to me. And that's a pride, that's an honor, and it's a privilege to be where I'm at, and I understand that. I understand that very well.
Well, I know we won't dig on deep on this one, but even your precinct's going to look a lot different at the next election, because two of the guys who were there for the longest, they get the most votes at everything. Yeah. One way or another, they're not going to be in the legislature in 2 years, or less than 2 years. It's next year. Yeah. Not next January, but the January after, when they when the oaths are given. They're not going to be taking one for the House, whether they either win or they don't win the election. So Precinct 3 is going to be a big open affair again.
It is, and I don't like the politics, but I understand it's part of the game. I defend my position on what I can do right for the people. Whether we agree or disagree, at the end of the day, I have to believe that we're all in it for the same purpose. And yes, the canvas of our precinct is going to look a little different, but I don't know what that's going to look like, because it's so far gone, it's so far out there, that I'm not concentrating on those things right now. I'm concentrating on right now so that I can plan and I can help in any way I can to design a future that is positive for our community. And it's not just a solution for tomorrow. We have a history of just deciding and providing a solution for the next day. It's never been planned for 5, 10 years, 20 years down the line. There's a problem, we fix it today, we'll deal with it tomorrow. I don't operate like that. I need to have a plan. How is this going to affect the constituents, the people of the Commonwealth in 5 years, in 10 years? And then what's the contingency plan after that? That's just the way I think. And I would have to hope that that's what it is for everybody else, but I can't speak for them.
I know we're going to get into our main thing. I just got a question from one of the viewers, Juan. Says, can you ask Rep. Flores what our loss might mean for the future of the Commonwealth, speaking about the governor?
I can tell you what the loss would mean for me. Can we take a break, please?
Yeah, we can absolutely do that. We will take a real quick break, folks, and we come back. We'll have more with our representative from Precinct 3, Marissa Flores. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll see you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. We've got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
All right, folks, we are back again, and we are here with our representative, Marissa Flores, representative from Precinct 3, and we were talking about the loss of our governor and what it means, and we were just talking about a question that we had that came in from one of our viewers, Juan Nenda, and he was saying, hey, could you ask Representative Flores about what do you think the loss of our governor is going to mean for the future of our CNMI? And that's where we left off.
Sorry about that, Brad. I just, it's still very raw to me. So I apologize to the viewers that I had to ask for a break, but I had to compose myself. And to the caller who asked the question, it's going to be a great loss. It's a great loss, and we're going to feel this for many years. But the important thing is that we have to continue the work that he promised for the people, and we have to ensure that we do everything as a community to make sure that happens. That means standing up for what is right and for what is just, because that's what he was doing. Again, whether I was privy to a lot of the stuff that was happening in the background, I can tell you that he really wanted to make it right. He's been there for 30 years, so I'm sure he knows about, the histories of why certain things was designed this way. But I truly believe that he wanted to make it right.
Well, and one of those things that he did was make an executive order about the Commonwealth Casino Commission.
Yes.
And that's something that was pretty hotly contested, and we got some stuff that's happening for us with that this week. Can you kind of let us know how that's going?
So, what's going on right now is that there's obviously a divide in this executive order. While the question arises, does he have the power to craft and submit an executive order? He absolutely does. Mm-hmm. Another question that's being posed is the content of his executive order. Is it constitutional or non-constitutional? Or the constitutionality of that. That's not the part of the legislature. I'll be very clear about that. If the question arises about what is it constitutional or not, We have a responsibility of the House of Representatives to turn that over to the courts to decide that, whether or not if the EO violated the Constitution. The job of the legislature or the House of Representatives is to really look at that and say, okay, but what do the people want? We speak for the people. At the end of the day, it is the House of Representatives. We speak for the people. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm standing to defend the EO because he does have valid points. I just heard you earlier coming in that DPL had signed the lease to this monstrosity of a building, the IPI lease, turning it over, I assume, to Team King because they were the ones that actually won this bid in the bankruptcy courts. But what dawned on me was the lease signed the way it was? And I would hope that the bond is there.
So they can actually finish.
So they can finish that. I mean, when I talk about that building sits in my precinct. That building, that is the tourist district. It's always been the tourist district. And what that building has done was taken away the beauty and the intent of that. And I can't help but be upset about that. Because I have to look at that. My constituents have to see that. I mean, I was just there yesterday, and debris is like hanging for dear life. Stuff is falling. It's unsafe. I don't understand why they can't condemn it, why they didn't condemn it. Why didn't they revoke the license at the very beginning? I mean, I was at these hearings many times. When they were supposed to be talking about the revocation, they were talking and asking questions within IPI's not the executive director, but the executive director of the Casino Commission.
Mm-hmm.
And it just dawned on me, like, what? We're not here for that. We're here to talk about the revocation and having these sidebar conversations in public. That was detrimental in how certain things can be presented in the court. And I believe that. I truly, truly believe that.
You know, I went to some of those meetings also, and the Casino Commission meetings, when there wasn't a casino and when there wasn't even a staff.
There still isn't a casino.
Right. And I mean, like the whole staff, there wasn't even a staff for the Casino Commission and everything. It just seemed like a handful of guys in a room talking to each other, getting nothing accomplished.
Well, I mean, I was there. I saw it. And from the very beginning, this was a political thing. And yes, many of the individuals that were involved are still around. I wasn't around to understand why certain things were designed a certain way, but I know that the time is now to fix it. And I believe that the late governor, this was his way of fixing that. We'll never know now, unfortunately, because he's not here.
We got a call coming in, but they're calling from the wrong phone. So I'm going to send a quick message to them real quick.
And, you know, the EO, there was a JGO committee meeting last week. And I tried everything, you know, to persuade and convince in the debate. And it was unsuccessful. And so it will be brought to the floor on Thursday. And that's why I'm here, because I need the Commonwealth, the people of the Commonwealth, to stand up and join me in advocating for the stay of this executive order. I know exactly how the people feel about the casino, because I've been told. I've received emails, I've received side comments, I know, and that's what I stand for. I stand with the people to make this right.
So, by the way, speaking of the people, we've got another one of the representatives of the people calling in from Precinct 1, Vincent Diego Camacho. Congressman, how are you this morning?
Good morning. Good morning, Leader. Morning, Brad.
Yeah, good morning. Hey, thanks for calling. Can you hear him okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for calling this morning. What do you got for us today?
I just wanted to chime in listening on your show, and
You won't get that feedback.
I wanted to chime in and offer my the same sentiment as our floor leader regarding the executive order by the late governor.
Yes. Please, Rep. Flores has her headphones on. She can actually hear you now, too.
Sorry about that.
It's simple. It really is simple. No casino, no commission. It's that simple. And should any other investor, say thinking, was to apply for CLA, casino license, that would have to go to the Lottery Commission. Remember, the CCC exists as the regulatory body for to enforce the casino license agreement.
Yeah, and it definitely did seem wild. I mean, we were going to have a Secretary Iggy Sumar in last week, but after the governor passed away, we had him on for Thursday. It just didn't seem like the right time anymore, so we're going to reschedule him for this week so we can ask him some of those questions. Have you guys had the opportunity to speak with the DPL at all?
I haven't.
No, not yet. He hasn't come in. I think, I guess, after that is formalized, we'll probably get some information on that.
And Vice, you're absolutely right. You speak, you've been around longer than I have to understand some of the history about this. And, I kind of agree with you. I do agree with you. And the debate has always been that there is no casino. Therefore, the commission should not exist, especially when they're continuing to incur debt every month. So at the end of the day, as our Assistant Attorney General mentioned at the JGO committee meeting, at what point does the legislature say that is enough? Because at the end of the day, we're going to look back to our taxpayers to pay for this debt. And let's not mention all the other debt that has the open invoices and the other debt that this Commonwealth owes to businesses, to private individuals. I mean, come on. We need to stand and we need to say that's enough. And then, on top of that, they had submitted a budget for $3 million. Where are we going to find $3 million? At the threat of a possible reduction in force? Make that make sense to me.
It seems that by the way, the fact that they racked up that kind of debt and knowing they were doing IOUs all over the place, and and then coming and asking for their back pay. I'm like, your back pay? What about all the people that have actually been promised money from you over the past year, and you have there's no way of getting money back from the whole thing. So it seemed like crazy to me that they could possibly still be there. That's why I thought you could dismiss them for cause, for violating their fiduciary duty. Absolutely. And that's not the path that was taken, but it seemed like a clear path that you could remove them for cause. Mm-hmm. And that didn't happen.
And I totally agree. And again, the Vice speaks with his sentiment and his, feeling about how he feels about this. And I respect that. Mm-hmm. Even those that I disagree with, but I have to stand with my Vice Speaker and agree, because he is correct. He's absolutely right. And I share, when I express my sentiment, I have to say this as eloquently as I can in a manner that is understood to my constituents, and everyone's delivery is different. And the speaker stands with his own convictions, and I support that wholeheartedly. I agree with him 100%.
So where do we go from here? You're going to have a big vote on this week, right, for the House?
And this is why I'm here, Brad. And I think this is why the Vice is also sharing, because we can't go out house to house and, hey, this is what's going on with the EO. That's hard to do, but we have to use whatever medias and platforms are available to us to get this message out to the people. And my sentiment, and maybe Vice might have a different approach to this, but I'm here because I need the people to stand. I need the people to voice their concerns about rejecting the EO. The EO has to stay. It must stay, because then it would allow this process, as it is, as Vice Speaker said, the Lottery Commission will take control over that. That's their job. But as far as not having a casino in place, there's no means for a casino commission to exist, period. I need the people to come out, send me an email, send me a text, because I would love to consolidate all of this and actually put this into record. This will not count unless I put it into record. And I have to put it into record because the people voiced their disagreement twice. 2 times on an initiative. And then history would tell us that, once again, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And what happened with this was the casino came in because we had to save the retirement. We're still saving the retirement with or without a casino. So at this point, we need the people to stand with me, stand with the Vice, and just voice your concern, whether you agree with it or disagree. But I need to put this on record. I need your voice to be heard, and I want to be that catalyst to express that on the floor come Thursday. I don't know if Vice has something to say.
Before I run into this morning meeting, at the end of the day, I respect everybody's vote.
Right.
On this EO. The question of the constitutionality of the EO, that can be settled in the court.
Correct.
But the intent of the EO is crystal clear.
Mm-hmm.
The intent of the EO that our late governor had executed is crystal clear, and we're at the point where do we need the casino commission or not at this point in time?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, my response to that is no.
Right. And I have to agree with you. My answer to that is no as well.
So where are we with, I know we don't have a casino. We have an unfinished building and one that hasn't had power in years and is not being built. It is not being constructed. It seems like it's just rotting away with the security guard hanging out to make sure nobody goes home with a crystal dragon. So we sign over this lease to a new entity. Does that mean that, what about the license? Do they have the license? Does somebody have a casino license right now?
No.
No, not that.
No one has a license.
Not yet.
But what I do know is that this Team King company, obviously won the bid or was able to gain or purchase the assets of IPI.
Mm-hmm.
That does not mean that they will apply for the casino license. They could buy the hotel and open up a hotel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily meaning that they will apply for the license. And if they do so, it is the Lottery Commission again that would be the ones to negotiate the terms of the casino license.
Absolutely right.
Okay. Well, I know that. Oh, geez. You know, it's funny because other people are trying to call at the same time. This is a hot topic for sure. So if the situation is right now that we got a building that's not done, we got a company that's going through bankruptcy, we've got somebody who's got the lease signed over to them now, and then what happens with the future of this thing? And I guess the main thing is that we don't want to kind of get walked over like we did with IPI when they were. I mean, there are people who disagree with me vehemently about this, and I don't agree with them clearly because they just said they disagree with me. But it felt like IPI was kind of walking through our government and wielding all kinds of influence. And then what I end up getting is, well, where's the proof? Where's the proof? I'm like, the proof's in the pudding. You got folks who are making these kinds of decisions that they wouldn't normally make. They're just rubber stamping things. And then when people stood up to them, they ended up being kind of booted from their own party. And you could see that when people went against certain initiatives that were happening in the House, and then they did not get the warm embrace from their party come the next election. I saw it happen.
And I thought about that on my way, and I understand the risk it poses for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I will stand with protecting my community and the Commonwealth first. That is my allegiance. My allegiance is to the people at the end of the day. Whether my colleagues and I agree or disagree, I have to respect that, just as the Vice Speaker mentioned. But my cause and my purpose and my oath was to the people. That's it. It's very simple.
You know, since we have both of you guys on the phone, walk me through this a little bit, because you guys know a lot more about all this than like me. But you mentioned about the retirement. I know that the retirement or the settlement fund, which is really for all of our retirees, isn't, it's a big obligation for our government. Right? It's a big part of the money that we bring in as a government is to honor the commitment that we made to our retirees.
And
right?
I agree.
Right.
I totally agree.
And then, but am I right in this? Did the governor, not just the governor, but I mean the Commonwealth, did we just take out a loan just so that we can pay for that 25%?
You know, I don't know, Vice, if you want to chime in on this one, and if you want.
I don't know that earlier in the year, I believe there was a loan made, and I believe there was a proposal coming into the new fiscal year of taking on another, but that hasn't been settled yet.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
All right. So I know that was a big thing. We'll have to go ahead and I'll pull up that story later, but I know that that's a big thing. Mm-hmm. And I do remember I've had these conversations with folks because, like you said, a couple of times the casino idea came up to Saipan, got voted down twice. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, the former governor, former Senate president, goes with former Senate president at that time. Or was he just a senator? I can't remember. Governor Torres when he was a senator.
I believe he was a senator at the time. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, and he went with Senator Borja to Macau, mm-hmm. and all of a sudden came back with a magical plan to fix mm-hmm. everything with this stuff. Mm-hmm. So they changed the voting on the casino mm-hmm. to not just Saipan, it's to Commonwealth-wide. Mm-hmm. And that's how it got over the finish line. Mm-hmm. And when I speak with folks about that, they're like, well, think about it this way. We got into a bad jam, and that was the only way to save the retirement, so they did it. All this money came in flowing, and then everything else came in with it too. Yeah. So, we're still going to have to answer something, for our retirement, our obligations for the retirement. Mm-hmm. I don't expect you to have all the answers for everything, just like that. Mm-hmm. But, it seems like we've got to come up with some kind of a plan to be able to fund the retirement for the people who serve the Commonwealth.
Absolutely, and I agree. And, We've been very focused on tourism as our biggest economic driver. But I guess we didn't plan for what happens when the economy actually falls, right? And this stems all the way back to COVID. That should have been a clear indicator of getting together and thinking how we were supposed to move forward, right? We had so much federal money come in here. We could have designed a plan that would have worked for at least 5-10 years, a sustainable plan. And billions of dollars gone, unaccounted for. That's a separate issue.
Sorry to cut you guys off. I gotta walk into a meeting.
Thank you, Vice. I appreciate
15
you.
minutes late, but thank you guys for the conversation, and
Thank you for your input.
Bringing this up.
Thank you for your input. Thank you, Vice. I really appreciate your input, and the Commonwealth really appreciates you, and for you to participate and at least have a comment today. I'm pretty sure they're very proud of you today. So thank you so much. And every day,
All right,
by
thank
the
you
way.
guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Right on.
Yeah, and thanks so much for your time.
All right, thanks, Brad. Just maybe some advice or a suggestion. If you could maybe put out a poll even on your page. About the EO. Yeah.
I agree.
We can do that. That's
And we'll see. We'll look at the public sentiment on that.
Absolutely.
'Cause I'm pretty sure, from my side at least, 8 out of 10 people want the EO to stay. So, yeah, that's some suggestions.
And I think, Vice, just so that you know, that suggestion he's actually typing away, making that poll right now, and we can use this actually, as a record for, the session. That these are people that count. I mean, it's not scientific, but our community is quite small. But thank you, Vice.
I know Anonymous. I'm kidding. All right, you guys have a great day.
Thank you, Vice.
All right,
See you
too.
later.
All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, so we'll get that up there. I have to thank you. That's the Vice Speaker of the House, Diego Camacho. Let me see if I can publish this poll for you. And polls. I just had it. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Oh, right there. Boom. That's it. Activate poll. So we'll put that on there for you now. At least it says it's activated. I'm going to take a look on the old page real quick. Let's see what we've got. I know there were other people who were called. We have another call coming in right now from Guam. Piling Gazetmo. He's a regular caller and contributor to the show. Piling Gazetmo, I know you're paying a long distance to talk to us this morning.
Good morning, Zaina.
Good morning, Brad. And
good morning,
Congresswoman Flores.
Good morning.
Our floor leader.
Thank you for working so hard for the best interest of our Sinamay people.
Absolutely.
And, just to get things started forward with my call, condolences to the family of our late governor, Arlo Palacios. Our governor was some sort of a beacon of hope in moving us forward for a brighter tomorrow. It's a sad day in the cinema, losing him. And I know you work hand in hand with him in trying to move our cinema forward.
Yes.
At the same pace with in regards to the issues of the IPI and the Commonwealth Casino Commission. And as we move forward with this conversation, about the constitutionality of the executive orders, it should be maintained and should be accepted, and it should be understood that instead of looking at the constitutionality of it, they should also be looking at the reality of it. Because maybe our late governor, as he wrote that executive order, he was looking at the reality of it. the reality. And the reality of it is, and as much as what I'm going to say might hurt people or hurt the people working under the Commonwealth Casino Commission, but there is no casino. There is no casino, and they go into their office and they claim that they're working for the casino, but there's no casino. So in times of our cinema that now is lacking economically, not generating that much money. So in its vision, he's seeing it as saving our economy economically. And it's sad. It's sad that some people don't understand the reality of it, but they're trying to use the constitutionality to go against the executive orders. And before they do anything with that building again, and before anyone else to come in and start off a new casino, come on, let the people decide. At one point back, and everybody in our cinema knows about this. Our age, our manamku, even the president that are newly voted, they know the history of to have casino or not to have casino, and the people voted against not having the casino. But somehow that casino came into our cinema, stuck down in the throat of our cinema people, because our government failed. It was a failure on the part of our government because they overstaffed the government and they lacked funding to pay the staff, so they borrow the money from the retirement office. That's why the retirement fund has an issue. That's the reason, and it's the truth. And it's the truth. Why are some government officials have more power, more right to decide to give how to give public land? There are local citizens that apply for homestead, but they take away their homestead because they lack funds to build something on the homestead. They take it away. And our government, our leaders, our top officials have the right to give public land so they can generate money, but who's the money gonna go to? Who's it gonna go to? Is it gonna increase the minimum wage? Is it gonna improve the lives of our people with that casino? Or is that casino very important to come back to life? Is to save the salary of the top officials? When are they gonna increase the minimum wage in our cinema so our people can have a better life? The Vice Speaker is right. Let the people be a part of that and decide. Let the people decide if they want it or they don't want it. And this time, if the people say, no, we don't want it, then that should be forever.
Right.
It should be rest in peace. They should go to a first floor and buy a Corona and put it attached to that bill. That's all I have to say. And Marisa, I've been watching you and thank you. You've been doing the fight. And I guarantee you always win. You are blessed. Welu and Wella will forever bless you. because you're protecting their children. It's the same with our late Governor Arnold Palacios. I know right now. He's right up there by our Lord Almighty, because he was a blessed man with good intentions. I love you all. I love you, Cinnamon.
Love you, Piling.
Stay hot
Jesus
and
Masi.
sexy. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling, Peeling. Great to hear from you again. Again, a regular caller. The phone lines are open for you guys too. The number is 789-2323, 670-789-2323. If you even if you want to do a WhatsApp call, that should work for you too, over at that number. So let us know if you've got if you want to get on this. You can also weigh in on that poll. Those are active. It's an active poll right now. So if you click on it, you'll see how you're doing. And right now it's a little more leaning in favor of the House. And this was a great suggestion by the Vice Speaker. He's like, why don't you put a poll up there? I'm like, all right, I will. That sounds like a plan. And so here we are. Anyway, I know a lot of other people tried calling in while we had other callers on at the moment. But if you guys want to, you can ring us now, and the phone lines are open. Well, it's certainly a hot topic. A lot of people talking about this and getting spirit about it. We have another phone call coming in. And it's a local celebrity. Holy cow. This guy normally walks with me even though I'm sitting in a chair. He's calling us right now. It's Fabian Indalecio. Fabian, good morning. Thanks for calling today.
Hey, good morning, Brad.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, Congresswoman.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too, sir.
Oh, good. Keep up the good work, Marisa, Congresswoman.
We try to
I'm
do
following.
our best. Thank you.
But you know what? The reason why I'm calling, because my goodness, this thing is giving me, a high blood pressure. About the EO, executive order. I'm in support of that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are, sir. But I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, what I have to say is that yes, I'm in support of the executive order. Right now, the reason why I'm in support of it, because like they said, there's just no commission casino going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's costing a lot more than that people can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me turn this off because it's distracting me. Anyway,
I heard the feedback.
When I first heard the executive order, I called the governor and said, you know what, I'm in support of what you're doing. I'm very proud of you because, a lot of the people here on the island agreed of what the governor did, because there's just nothing there unless there's an ulterior motive for those people, otherwise they're just going to keep that thing open. And the transfer of it to the Lottery Commission is just not going to hinder anything or any new investment coming into the cinema, because, all leaders and everyone else will just come around and again work on it to approve or get permit or anything. But that doesn't mean that to keep the Casino Commission just because of just in case, and it's costing millions of dollars, just in case. Yeah. So I'm in support, and I hope that the other of your colleagues, Congresswoman, will listen to the people, because I know the people already speak out loud that they agree with the governor for what he did.
Absolutely.
Honestly, and if they are truly a representative of the people, they need to represent the people, not represent themselves, to knock this executive order down. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to be knocking them down in the process if they should go against, that executive order. That's, uncalled for.
Absolutely.
So I agree with you, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Sina. Jesus Masi, Fabian. Uncle Fabian.
That's pretty much it, Brad, of my thoughts on this. Thank you very much.
Hey,
thank you so much, Sina.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling. By the way, you got to see this guy. He went from being out of shape with diabetes to being ripped all the time now. He's got a great fitness regimen and diet that's going on, and he's an example to everybody. And man, every time I see those videos, I'm like, man, I could be like Fabian when I grow up.
I love to see that. I could use a health regimen right now.
Everybody can be themselves, Brad, and it just needs a push, encouragement, and we need to encourage each other because I'm using the social media, Brad, to encourage me, push me, motivate me, you know, and I'm hoping that in the process, people are doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate it because it's making me want to do stuff. It's at least getting me to pack my bag and when I leave the house so I can get to the gym.
Yes.
You know,
that's a military still in you, Brad.
Huh.
Do it. Okay. Have a nice day, you both. Thank you very much.
All right, you too. Hey, so this was the first time during the show that we did one of these polls. And so when I put the results up there earlier, I thought it was still active. Turns out it was not active. So it's back. It's open again right now, so you can keep voting on it. Let us know what you think. And then a little bit later. Hey, thank you, Fabian. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Fabian Indalacio on the show with us this morning. And again, it's a hot topic. I see the other calls that have come in that you guys got bounced back because we had a lot of people on. If you still want to call in and you got a question, give us a ring. The number is 670-789-2323, 670-789-2323. We're here with your floor leader for the CNMI House of Representatives. She's got a big vote coming up in just a couple of days. We're going to find out what is going to be the future of the Commonwealth Casino Commission. Not a corporation. If it was a corporation, that thing would have been bankrupted a long time ago.
I would have to agree with you.
Man, I'll tell you, you know, it was such a thing that the Attorney General's office, even though they still officially represent the commission, they got to a point when they would see the agenda for their meeting, they're like, well, there's nothing here that you need us for, so we're just not going to send somebody. And it's telling. It is absolutely telling that, you know, and, you know, I had spoken with some of the commissioners, and I like them. Like, I don't dislike them. I don't lack respect for them.
I don't have
anything,
anything against these individuals on a personal level. I don't. But that's not the question, right? We shouldn't be concentrating on that. But sorry, I didn't mean to interject there. I just wanted to make that very clear because, you know, I'm pretty sure that one commissioner probably doesn't like me, but, you know, I still have to give that person my respect at the end of the day because that's our culture. We can agree to disagree, but I'll always respect where they stand. And this is our job. We're just trying to do our job.
Well, you're doing a great job. And boy, I can't believe you waited all this time to get into politics, to run for office and everything. It just came up. Can you see yourself doing anything? What do you think of this public service life?
I mean, you know, a lot of my history has been in nonprofit, right? Tailored for one purpose, depending on what the mission of that was. Legal aid service was a very big part of that. And I had a lot of good mentors in my life. A lot of mentors that stood for righteousness and just fairness at the end of the day, right? And those individuals are no longer here with us, with the exception of maybe former Associate Judge Tim Bellis. And that was a fair judge, you know. And I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from former EDA or EDP Director Ernest Sablon, who was very instrumental in the design of that. So he taught me a lot about fiscal affairs within the Commonwealth and within the executive branch. So I have to give it to them. But at some point, you get to the point where you just, you hear this, you have conversations, and they're like, well, just run. And so finally I was like, all right, I'm just going to see what happens, put my name in there, and I have been blessed by, the big man upstairs. But I'm privileged because my voters, the constituents of Precinct 3, put me here, and that's an honor. And I take that, I don't take that easy. I take that as a job, and I have to fight. And at the end of the day, that's all I'm doing.
So you've got your vice speaker who just talks about this with us, and then you're as the floor leader. How do you think the rest of the body's going to go with this? Or how do you think that people feel about it right now?
And again, I think the vice speaker said that he's been, he was working with Ed Probst for many years. So he's got a lot of historical knowledge and institutional knowledge in terms of the conception of this casino. But he's right. At the end of the day, we have to respect everyone's decision. And that's what we're going to do. And, they're going to have to answer to the people if it doesn't work. And because I think the people have been very clear.
Well, since this came out of the Senate, and the Senate is, they want to get, they voted against the EO. If the House does vote for it, what's the next step? Or is there a next step? It just stays where it's at?
Well, if the House votes to reject the EO, which is to conduct business as usual in a sense, then it's business as usual, right? We don't know what that looks like in terms of the executive branch, but I'm for the stay of the EO, and what that means is no casino commission, but they might want to sue the government in their personal capacity because they're no longer part of a commission of a non-existent casino.
Right, and that was one of the funny things when they mentioned that at their meetings. I'm like, well, how are you going to get the money to pay for that? Because you don't have any money in the commission, and who's going to do this for you? The Attorney General's office wouldn't be representing, right? So they said that there are people interested in doing that. And if that was the case, I mean, you kind of wonder where their interests in this would be too.
Then take it to court. But the stay is there for a reason. The question is not whether or not the late governor has the power to craft and submit one, design one. That's not the question. The question on the table is the constitutionality. So if that's the case, then turn it over to the courts, because that's not our job. Whether or not our councils agree if it's unconstitutional, that, once again, that is not our job at the House of Representatives. But if there's that much debate within our own House of Representatives, the right thing to do is turn it over to the courts, because that's the process. That's where I sit.
So I just from watching from far away, not being involved in any of this, if I were to guess, the governor's seeing what's going on with the Casino Commission, saying, hey, you guys aren't doing anything, so I'm going to get rid of it. Now, I listened to what was going on in the Senate. They're like, well, hey, the Senate saying and listening to the Casino Commissioner saying, hey, the Lottery Commission isn't the right body. The Secretary of Finance, Commerce, and the Commissioner of DPS, they've got full-time jobs. They can't handle all this stuff. I think the governor making that decision, he knew that, right? He doesn't expect those three to be making all those decisions. He knows that he knew that whatever was going to come from the Lottery Commission was a big expansion. Basically, to take all the power away from those guys who are doing that, and then putting it into the folks who are taking care of everybody. The other one that I heard was, well, you're taking the power away from Tinian and Rhoda, but all those folks cover
they're not just for Saipan. They are the whole Commonwealth. It's not the Saipan Department of Commerce or the Saipan Secretary of Finance or the Saipan Commissioner of Public Safety. I mean, it is Commonwealth wide. So it seemed to me like it was the arguments against it, although clearly in its present organization, the Lottery Commission of 3 people isn't enough to deal with like the overall overreaching functions of the Commonwealth Casino Commission. I think everyone would agree that.
Oh, absolutely. And I agree with you, you know. And this is the thing with politics, right? You just never know, right, what the intent is. I don't like it, but I'm there. But I've got a moral compass and a duty. I took my oath very seriously, Brad. And whether we agree or disagree, it's fine. But really, let's look at the big picture. What does this big picture look like? And while, you know, there's discussion, and it's been said at the budget hearings, you know, there may be a possibility of a reduction in force. Okay. But you're going to keep the Casino Commission with a budget of $3 million on their submission to make them function on a non-casino. That makes no sense to me. I'd rather save that $3 million and keep people employed or pay down the debt or put it into the settlement fund, as opposed to just keeping that alive for what purpose? To keep 5 people on the commission? 5 out of thousands of people that may be affected. There's no balance there.
I can't imagine how any agency in the CNMI could be allowed to keep its doors open if it can't afford to keep its doors open. Save for, I mean, like everybody else can. They might have some other issues with utilities, stuff like that. That's another thing. But for having that office there, I mean, you know, does it violate, you know, the questions that I'm thinking about, like, does it violate some sort of, even if it's not legal, I mean, maybe it's an ethical thing about obligating the CNMI when you know that you can't do that. It can, an autonomous, semi-autonomous public agency, can they enter into a contract with somebody for do that? Are they even eligible to obligate the CNMI to that kind of stuff?
Well, and that was the thing, right? And I think Robbie Glass had mentioned that at the JGO meeting, committee meeting, is they incur this debt, and at some point, someone has to pay for it, right? You can't pay it out of the regulatory because there's no regulation, there's no casino to regulate. But it was brought up that at some point, there was a bill that was rejected because they wanted to use $250,000. The allocation was $250,000 to pay for rental. Why would I, as an individual or a House of Representative, support something so unjust as that? Blatantly in your face, telling that I am going to appropriate this to pay off their debt. Again, you can't make this up.
So, and I listened to their arguments about it. So they're paying $10,000. They're not paying, but they're obligating $10,000 a month for that rental space. And if your organization goes from a whole bunch of people to nobody, and it's not like it changes, like it's been a couple years. When you go inside the office, you still see all the COVID stuff on the walls, right? That tells you something. Like, and they still are occupying this massive space. It's like the buildings that have the rebar sticking out of the top of them, called wishing bars. You know, they wish that they're going to be able to finish that building. You know, these guys are occupying and paying all that rent for a space that they aren't using except for once a day or once a month, so that those 5 guys can go into a meeting. But they still are obligated for the full thing. And then so they said that 2 things that seemed to me contradictory. One, they said, look, we need to maintain a space where we can keep these records that are confidential, you know, safe. And sounds great. So that's why we're keeping that space. All right, totally understand. One, could you do it with a smaller space? that's at the least. But the other thing they said is that they went to the Attorney General's office and they went to the governor's office and said, hey, we got to close this down. Can we put that stuff with you? And everybody told them no. So that seemed, now, okay, so both of those things are things that they have said. The other thing that they said when they went to the Senate was that the government, I don't remember which agency, went to them and asked for their keys. And then they said no, that they wouldn't give them the keys because they're not people who are sworn regulators of all this stuff. So if you won't give them the keys, okay, because you don't think that they're eligible to be the stewards of this confidential information, but they already went to the CNMI and asked them to take all that stuff. So what is it? Did they ask them to take all the stuff and they were told no? And now that they're told to give them this stuff, they're telling them no. It's contradictory information. And these are people who, again, who I like. And I don't understand how both of those things can be true. It doesn't seem that it's possible at all.
Well, I share your sentiment. I don't have an answer to that, right? I mean, I think that's the beauty of individual and critical thinking for oneself. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm here to discuss the importance of the stay of the EO, right? Mm-hmm. And get the community to reignite this conversation and get them involved and find that fire once again to stand up and say, absolutely not. The EO must stay. It must stay. Otherwise, we don't know what's going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. If it's rejected. And that is a scary thought. I rather would prefer that the people be given the opportunity, which is why I'm here, to voice your concern, rally, because that is crucial right now. If there's any one time I would ask for their participation, it's for this particular session. They have to include their voice in this, just as they have many times when they penned and inked their resounding no for no casino in the Commonwealth. So that's why I'm here. You know, and there's some stuff that I like to just mention about, you know, this IPI and the lease. I mean, again, we don't know if they want the casino, right? What if they just want the lease? Mm-hmm. Then what happens, right? Then I'm going to have the whole casino commission deal with that? That's not their job. Their job is regulatory. But it just seems that powers that be just do this. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't. That's a personal sentiment, and I don't want to put that out there for anyone to misconstrue. I'm only going to stand on the fact that the EO is up for a vote. The EO must stay, and I'm asking this community to please support me. Please come up and make your voices heard for the stay on this EO of the late governor. Because really, at the end of the day, the worst thing that can happen if the EO doesn't stay, that I know for sure, is they are open to file a lawsuit against the sitting governor now, or the administration. That's it. Not David Apatang. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but that is the end result, should the EO stay. But that's on their personal capacity, Brad. That is not going to come out of the CNMI coffers. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, I'd rather have that than to take the voices of my Commonwealth and go against that. That's it. That's it. And that's where I stand with that. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here and share this, because it's very important.
So do you want people to come to the house?
You know, I was thinking about that. That poses a lot of people to be at risk, right? And we know that the government is the biggest employer of the Commonwealth. Mm-hmm. I want to protect those people. because there are no safeguards for whistleblowers. There's a law that's there, but no safeguards. Even to stand on their personal capacity to voice an opinion about something they agree or disagree on is sensitive, and I don't want to put them at risk. But if you can email me at Marissa, marissa.f.flores, small caps, FLORES, 2024 at Gmail. You can also email staff.floresm@gmail.com. And I would be more than happy to collect your sentiment and your testimony so that we could put that on record on Thursday.
Okay, I'm just going to try to copy this one here. So that's Marissa Flores 2024 at gmail.com.
Marissa.r.flores.
Oh, so that's different than the one I have for you.
Have you been sending me email and I'm not getting it? That's horrible.
No. Hold on. Wait. Let's see. Let me open up this one. Oh, got it. I have it right here. This is the one I got from you. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put this in the comments. Boom. So if you want to do that, there it is in the comments. Oh, this one doesn't have the .r. Let me make sure I got that right.
That's okay. Well, because I'm not really done. I have like this whole spiel that I need to read.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
And this is maybe what I would hope to leave your viewers and the listeners. Our Commonwealth has experienced an enormous loss for our people, our community. Our late governor would demand of us that we continue moving forward, that we continue to fight and do what is right and just for all people of the NMI. Please attend the legislative session if you can to let your voice be heard. Send me or your representative an email, which Brad and I were discussing, a text, a letter, or call them, or call me, or call anyone in the representative to share your concerns. I've attended every CCC hearing, maybe not as much as Rep. Aldon has, but I've attended the most important ones, CCC hearings, since I've been in office, from the beginning. And I've asked the CCC to come to the table, schedule a meeting with the entire legislative body, and the offer was never taken. My position is clear, and has been clear since 2023. The commissioners want to have a discussion now that the CCC may be abolished. My goodness. In light of that, going back to the question about what the loss is of our governor and what that means to us. You know, his impact and his influence was strong, not only in the Commonwealth, but the blue continent of the Pacifica. Those are our neighbors, our brothers and sisters at arms, and share common interests. And that has been a conversation, and that's been lost for a long time. And he was able to reignite that love for our blue continent and our Pacifica as it was in the beginning before all of this, political influence of the federal government or what have you. But he did that. And that I just have to acknowledge that, because that's important, because we stand together as a unified voice. There's no other, but we are together as a blue continent and as a Pacifica of the Commonwealth. So that's all I had to say, Brad.
Well, that was great. I'll tell you what, this was a great opportunity for folks to speak with you directly and to share that stuff and to hear what is going on up there directly from it.
it's better than a press release or anything. I mean, you got real interaction from your floor leader from the House of Representatives. I want to say thanks so much for making yourself available and being so generous with your time and you know, taking the calls and all that. That was really great.
Thanks so much for inviting me. And again, I love you, Commonwealth. God bless us all, and God bless the people of the Marianas. Sizus Masi. Have a great day.
All right. Hey, what we'll post the results of the poll here. This is it. Okay, so now you can see on there 17-1 on the votes coming in for do you think the House of Representatives should vote to uphold Executive Order 2025-002? That's the one that would to strip the Commonwealth Casino Commission from all its duties in the meantime and go from there. And that comes to a vote on the 31st. What time is that? 9:30 in the morning, 10 o'clock?
Oh, hold on, let me see.
It's in the morning. We know that.
Yeah, let me see the session.
Sure.
That is at 10 o'clock.
All right, 10 a.m. And so you want to get down there, or you definitely want to. We'll have it on here also, so people can watch it and be able to give a whole bunch of comments. That's one thing that I love about the House of Representatives. Whenever you guys do something, it's live. It's available on there. The only thing is there aren't any comments or anything like that. So that's why we stream it too, so people can have that conversation as that stuff's happening. So the results are in for that one. Anyway, that's what we got. We're going to take a real quick break. Thank you so much, Floor Leader Marissa Flores. That was great. This was great. All right, guys. We're not going anywhere, but we are taking a quick break. So stick around. We'll be more right after this. Actually, I got a call coming in. You want to stick around for this? All right, hold on. Wait, we're not going anywhere. Hold on. We were just about, we actually pressed play on the commercial and we had a phone call come in. And so Floor Leader said she'll stick around for this. Caller, Hafidades Antero, can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, good morning, Brett.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, this is a very hot topic. You know, I'm not too sure. I just tuned in and I'm not too sure what was discussed, but you know, I'm a voter from Precinct 3, and I really feel the floor leader's serious concern in regards to the Casino Commission. And I was listening to the session the other day, and I feel that her position is absolutely correct. And we have a lot of attorneys with different opinions. The AG with different opinion, and I think it's only right the court should address this constitutional matters, and I think I really strongly support her position, and the bottom line at the end of the day, the question that still lies is who does the Casino Commission represent? It's the government. And the question that needs to be addressed, and we can't shove this under the rug, because obligations still has to be paid. Okay. So if the Casino Commission is representing the government interest, and that needs to be answered, who's responsible for all liabilities? Okay. Eventually, it's going to be the taxpayers. So still that needs to be answered, because we have businesses out there in good faith that provided the services for the Casino Commission, and they deserve that they should be compensated, and that's one issue that needs to be addressed, because somebody's liable for it, regardless whether the commission is owed. The way the statute is crafted, that there are not government employees. But the question that needs to be addressed is who does the Casino Commission represent? The government, regardless whether they're not government employees. So they need to really sit down and ask the court, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be lawsuit coming forth. And it's not going to be Maria and Pedro and Jose is going to be responsible for those liabilities. the service has been rendered, and they must pay up, or we go to court and the government is going to end up paying more. I understand the concern that those money owed to the casino or the commission should be diverted elsewhere, but it still has to go back to the table. How are they going to address liabilities? Casino is not a discussion right now because there's no casino existed. And this is, Brad, that's been a problem, and I've been vocal about it. And I'll give you an example. Rhoda, for so many years, casino does not exist, but they continue to pay the commissioners. And that is really a serious problem. And I'll give you an example also. The Cannabis Commission needs to be addressed. Because the intent of the Cannabis Act was to generate revenue for the community, for the people, not to serve individuals. And those funds that they're making about $500,000 a year, half of it or three-fourths of that revenue goes to the commissioner. And they need to address that because it's not balanced. You know, they meet once a month, or I don't even know how many times do they meet. And they deserve $34,000 or $52,000, $53,000 a year. That's injustice. So it's the same scenario. It's the same issue. They need to address Cannabis Commission, and I feel that those revenue that's been paid to the commissioner should go to the operation. You know, you're paying how? I'm not too sure if there's 5 or 6 commissioners. What are they doing to deserve $54,000 a year? That's something that they need to really look at the statute and try to correct it now, so we don't have to face this again. The argument, but I do agree with the floor leader. I thank you for continuing to fight for the people and what's the right and what is justice. But, you know, I do understand that the Casino Commission has been representing the government's interests, you know, for litigation. And then the reason why it took this long is because of federal stuff or federal litigation. It wasn't their decision to prolong any justice in regards to IPI. And we're bringing in investors, you know, to take over the casino. Are they really serious enough to pay the debt that they almost not too sure how many millions of dollars, $170 million of debt? I think that's not smart business. So we really need to really be cautious about it. And, you know, I think the government should have taken that offer when IPI was offering them $19 million. I think we just got too greedy, and I guess now we're facing consequences. And the leaders and the legislature should have acted on this since the beginning. You know, it took them this long, and we're fighting for nothing. We're arguing over nothing because there's no funds to fight for. And we could have done this in the beginning to take what's right for the government. So, you know, the legislature's left along the way. And now the people have to suffer because we lost millions of dollars that could have benefited the community. That's all, Brad. And continue, floor leader, the fight. I know in the legislature number matters, and I know the Senate will be your roadblock. So, usasangan na sa mampus ang legislatura man tatlon na. You know, adi kina tempo mo aheri gani commission si at folks na. Tapos buruka sa teatro ni Probetso ni Tauto. No, si tatafan para, tatafan logic, tatafan articulate, tatafan critical thinkers sa tapega i legislatura yan no per interesi publiko. Data na pabo naman, tasufay mamati, nanggigere pabo para taza. La ni guasa lopi ni man mafresit. Di data. Mungay. Pues no siya na klasin zopat vice ni. Masya ti kongreso do lo komprendi ilain ni. Basta man argumento, na kotizo decidi no sa Unido Legal Council is just an opinion. Stop wasting your energy debating. Wahatan nando kinigap niya ni man di debate ni. It doesn't make sense. Si Robert Glass, asangon niya ando either you review the statute or bring it to the court because Titsonia, no, para make a final decision. So I hope the legislature needs to understand the rule of law. Basta man di boto sa tauto man manananda, sa tauto man masasapit. Esta dos audios di sini tikalalam ni Marianas sa mantinani legislatura di man di boto. No aga no ni CDA do panis gayon mo na tay manu mo rubos i rubos dot economy sa siya man expert. Sa tiamdo legislatura man expert. Tintingo po ekonomiya. You know, economic strategy is very critical in this marketing promotion. And the sitay legislatura matungo apa dun limit. You know, sa tawagan kita hamdu gano gi legislatura tungo guide degree economics. Panangon ni economist ng panis gayon o aga ni CDA alun. Diyan panis gayon sa nigi Titsonia CDA. Para build economic comprehensive portfolio o investment. Titso nido no amdo titso nido no para in check apa CDA na kita ni para nazuda za para enact legislation ni para potsogi apa planunia. Ano mampus burukan legislatura za taza produkto. Daga suwatan nando daga utatitijan do gitu nido session. The floor leader utungan nag-ifet so gano so sangani legislatura so fan professional. Basta naman mamama dan manggagi ki telepon wow no mamay ko wow mamman man. Sa manahatan ni kita di globus. No, na ulo na nag-izo house do fan punmak sa nani tauto man nananga. No, it's very simple. Basta na buran du buruka sa taza produkto. Then utilize the Economic Development Authority, the panis gayon. Sa gua jila ja basta ma pa economist or basta ma pa electrician or electrician. No, very simple no pero manomko ang kintuntungo sangan. Sa itaw to man nananga precinct prison ni mambobota. Sa ay unayon ni gatu unayon ni botong kumpiyansa so tunga nagaipa kapasidad o lagwazo ni tampi limit. No? Basta man buruka no magtuchinya na kotizo di series of ano mo na sa min madilingon in Americano time is money. But no, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for your call.
And you know, he's right. We've been saying it since the 23rd legislature that CETA needs to, do its part. We've been saying that we need a new branding strategy in terms of how we want to market the Commonwealth. We've been talking about this since the 23rd legislature. And only now do you see and hear the fruits of them coming together to redesign and reimagine what the Commonwealth looks like. So I get it, I understand, and we have we've been doing that. And he's absolutely right when he says, yeah, we need to stop the bickering. At the end of the day, we're doing what we can and what is best, also what is fair. And we should stop the bickering, but we're all different people with different agendas, and I have to respect each and every one of those people. I'm here to listen. I'm here to gather the information. I'm here to make a informed decision with the information I have, and that's what I've been doing. Even as a JGO chairperson, I've concentrated on how the administration works. And that's what I did. And that's why the sentiment has always been, if an investor comes, I mean, I know historically investors used to go into the legislature and negotiate. That's not your job. Your job is not to negotiate and have a hosting conversation at a house that is being paid for by the taxpayer. Your job is to go to CETA, give them your portfolio, have the conversation, and let CETA figure out with its board of directors how would this business improve and what are the terms of the investment that is beneficial and sustainable to our government, or to our people, not our government, but to the people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we've been saying all this time, since the 23rd legislature. And I've seen it even before I was elected. Why do I see a legislature hanging out with, at the legislature to begin with? And those are the things that, we have spoken about as in the 23rd legislature, that we should not. I mean, even Senator Manny Castro mentioned it, and we said it. No business, any lobbyist or whatever it is. And if you are a lobbyist, you better be registered.
Yeah.
And you better put your name on that incoming sign-in sheet with your purpose and your actual job. Because I know there's lobbyists here. I know they frequent the legislature, and that's fine. They don't have there's nothing wrong with that. But, when it comes down to transparency and honesty, then be transparent and be honest. But I don't believe, and, I agree with the caller. We're not in the business to be bickering about things that are not part of our duty. And he's right. Any investor that wants to come, please go to CETA. They'll be more than happy to help you. But first, make a stop at Commerce so that you can register your business if you have any intention to conduct yourself in a manner that you want. Go to Commerce, go to CETA. That's the process. So thank you, Brad. And thank you, caller. Si Zeus Masi nin often sangan magay finot mo za mana ekungukzo mana asuzo ni often sangani zupago na momento za ungan magayro za ben beano tati za be na claro ki zoku colleagues na aguloki guy sentimento za aguloki tungo afa magay afa patatsogi za Sizus Masi, and that goes to all the other callers, Piling, Fabian, man, untunga afa loki sentimento I comunidad za pinitiam zo mampus za untungo taimanu ni na fuerza na problema ni mangaigit sa unatan ekunguk za na claro. So thank you again, Brad, for that. Thank you, callers. I appreciate you guys. I love you, Commonwealth. Have a wonderful day. God bless us all, and God bless the Marianas. Sizus Masi.
All right, and thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in, for being a part of the show and everything today. That was our last caller, though, so even if you call, I'm not going to take it, at least for this part. So I want to say thanks to all you guys for tuning in. We'll be back again. Let's get you the latest. By the way, all we did was just add like another half an hour, 45 minutes with that. So thanks so much for sticking around. Big round of applause. What we're going to do, though, we are going to get you the latest from the Associated Press that is ready for you. So we're going to get you the latest national and international news coming up right now.
Thanks.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. Police in Atlanta looking for 4 people in connection with the deadly shooting early this morning. Julie Walker has the latest.
A 28-year-old man is dead and 10 others went to the hospital in Atlanta, including an 18-year-old male in critical condition following a shooting on the street in a popular nightlife area around 1:30 a.m. Monday. Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum.
We are seeking 3 males and a female that approached a group that was assembled around the streetcar stop on Edgewood that we believe were responsible for initiating the exchange of gunfire.
He says 34 shell casings were found and police have video from the scene.
Gun violence affects every citizen of Atlanta, regardless of what neighborhood you live in or where you are. And when this weekend, when we saw individuals who are angry about everyday common matters pick up a gun and use it, it speaks to the work that needs to continue to be done.
Shearbaum says police are investigating 12 violent incidents over the weekend that left 29 people injured and 2 dead. I'm Julie Walker.
And Mike Kempen reports the Coast Guard's investigating a deadly boat collision in Miami.
Authorities say 2 kids died and 2 others are in critical condition after a barge apparently hit their boat, sending them overboard. The Coast Guard says all 6 people on the sailing boat were pulled from the water by responders. 4 kids were rushed to a hospital, with 2 pronounced dead on arrival. The Miami Yacht Club says the people on the sailing boat, an adult and 5 children, were in their final week of a sailing camp for kids 7 to 15 years old. I'm Mike Kempen.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says no one in Gaza is starving, but President Trump says he's been seeing images.
I want them to make sure they get the food.
Meantime, President Trump's shortening his deadline for Russian President Vladimir Putin to reach a deal to end the war in Ukraine.
10 or 12 days from today.
Trump threatens sanctions and secondary tariffs on Russia's trading partners. This is AP News. Baseball news. Gethin Coolbaugh reports another Cleveland Guardians player is being investigated in a gambling probe.
Closer Emmanuel Clase has been placed on non-disciplinary paid leave as part of a Major League Baseball investigation into sports betting. The 27-year-old and 3-time All-Star becomes the second Guardians pitcher to be placed on leave in connection with a sports gambling probe. Luis Ortiz is also on non-disciplinary leave through August 31st. It was unclear if the cases were related in any way. The Guardians said in a statement that they, quote, have been informed that no additional players or club personnel are expected to be impacted. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
And a 55-year-old Texas man who told police he was in an imaginary relationship with WNBA star Caitlin Clark has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison after pleading guilty to stalking and harassing the Indiana Fever guard. There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. We've got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
Aw, they got rained out. But no worries. The 23rd Annual Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament has been rescheduled to Saturday, August 9th. Same great course at Laulau, same great format, Blackjack Double Peoria, and same great price, only $130. Sign up today for your chance to win some awesome hole-in-one prizes. A 2026 Kia Sportage from Jotun Motors, a 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz SE from Triple J Motors, a 2025 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 TRD from AK Toyota, $5,000 from Pacifica Insurance, and another $5,000 from Marpac, both on hole number 7. And of course, you got our optional play. And at the awards luncheon raffle, Jeju Air and T-Way tickets, hotel room stays, dinner out, and more. Oh, so much more. Join us to support the Commonwealth Cancer Association at the Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament, now on August 9th.
All right, Marianas, welcome back. It is 9:52 on this Tuesday morning, very active Tuesday morning. Boy, I'll tell you what, you guys have sent so many comments. We literally could not get to all of them while our floor leader, Marissa Flores, was here with us on the show. And wow, you could definitely tell we've got a hot topic that people are definitely interested in. Again, so on Thursday, the vote will be in the House on whether or not to accept or reject late Governor Arnold Palacios' executive order. And we'll see how that works out here soon enough. Man, I'll tell you what, again, if you didn't get your comments read or if you didn't get your questions read, dispensa. I mean, I literally caught up in that conversation and trying to listen to everything. It was very difficult to try to do both. And sometimes I had to dial right into that. So, but you guys had some great stuff and want to say thanks. Yeah, your comments are showing. It was the question. I also got a question. Someone was asking how we're doing on that poll. So let's pull up those results for you where we're at right now. Let me, oh, geez, hold on one second. There we go. Let me roll in the poll. 89, hold on. Let me open up this poll. Boom. Yeah, 89% in favor of upholding the Executive Order 2025-002. That's the one for upholding the governor's executive order to basically dismiss and reassign the duties of the Commonwealth Casino Commission. So that's it. We'll wrap up those things. There we go. There you go. And let's close the results, at least for now, with all those. We will post. I like the idea. We had a question afterwards. They're like, hey, can you just leave that open? I'm like, I would, but it only lasts as long as this broadcast. So we could put something on the page that you guys can vote on, and we'll do it from there. Sound like a plan? All right, that is the plan. All right, guys. Well, you're all caught up with news and weather today, but you know what we didn't give you is a little bit of sports. Ended on kind of a positive note for you. There is a dynamite kid out here in the Marianas. His name is Benji Palacios. He has been, this is going to be his second camp that he's going to do for kids playing baseball. It costs nothing. Get your kids out here to learn from a real all-star. Benji Palacios, he's got the kids out there at Tonco Field, and it's going to be this weekend, August 2nd and 3rd. It's also going to be at the beginning of next week also on the 4th and 5th. So it's from 3 to 6 p.m. on the weekend, and during the mornings on the 4th and the 5th, it's from 9:30 to 12. Just send your kid here with their gear. Tell them to bring their glove, a water bottle, their shoes, and a hat. If they need water, don't worry about it. That's covered. But you got all of the contact info is there. Benji Palacios and Kyle Huckug, Mr. Next Level Media himself. You got the email information there. It's PalaciosBenjamin670@gmail.com or AustinKyleHuckug@gmail.com. And the phone numbers are on there as well, 285-8084 or 483-9333. Get your kids out there, and if I'll tell you, it's great. My daughter did it last year. So if you got a daughter who wants to play, have her go. And if for no other reason, my daughter was like, "Oh, there aren't a lot of girls here." I'm like, "Yeah, it's okay. That means you're good." And then when there were other girls there, she thought that was cool too. So don't have your daughter not go because she thinks it's just a boys thing. It's not. It's awesome. It's for baseball, and it's legit. And you couldn't have somebody better running this stuff. These are guys who love our community. They love the sport, and they want to give back. It costs $0 and 0 cents. So hats off to these guys. Again, it's the Tonko Palacios Baseball Camp. It's the second annual. It started last year, and it was awesome. My kids were in it. My son didn't go, but my daughter was. And you're say, hey, how come your son did do it? Hey, lead a horse to drink, right? He does like baseball. He's all in on soccer, though. Anyway, that's what we got, you guys. We're going to wrap up for the day. I want to say thank all of you for your comments. Thanks for your calls. And thanks for supporting not just the show, but the NMI News Service in general. I couldn't do this without you, and I wouldn't do it without you. The whole reason why we do this is to bring you the news of the Commonwealth. It's the best thing. You get to be a conduit of information. We get all the info and bring it out to you. So, you guys, that's it for the show for today. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7:30. Good morning, Marianas. Have a great day.
Many things we gotta discuss. Happy day, Tirawami and greetings to Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news from a beautiful place with Pacific views. It's always so much fun on Good Morning Marianas.
Slight little angle, hit me like a bass drop, mine got mangled. Twist in the script, yeah, I slipped near shambled. Foot caught slipping, almost snap a damn ankle. Still stood tall, no shame, no scandal. She pulled up smooth like a midnight vandal. Eyes like glass, but her lips straight flammable. Heart caught fire and I dance, no manual. Parang panaginip tuwing ikay sumisilip sa isip ko. Ikaw lang makasya sa iniisip. Every time we link up, damang-daman na yung kilig. Lahat ng moments natin parang laging na mainit. Now we vibing, beats on blast like ammo. Every little glance got me lit like a candle. You're the baseline when the track go Rambo. She the real drop, what you heard was a sample.
Baby, let's have fun tonight. Come on, enjoy the ride. Let's catch a vibe, don't stay inside. There ain't a better time. Just get up, let's have a dance. Come on, just take a chance. You look real good like I knew you would. Grab a hold and take my hand. Now slide, let's break it down. Don't be shy, it's a great time to play around. I seen it shine on the floor, that amazing style. My tie can't deny, I might stay a while because I ain't expecting this. But I'm tempted to not be hesitant. Maybe chance, but I say that it's destiny. So let's get to the plan, no pleasantry. We can skip that. You want the word, I can get that. Whether it's pearls or it's tic tacs, but first take a breath. It wouldn't hurt to have a chit chat. We got a lifetime to live that. Baby, let's have fun tonight. Come on, enjoy the ride. Let's catch a vibe, don't stay inside. There ain't a better time. Just get up, let's have a dance. Come on, just take a chance. You look real good like I knew you would. Grab a hold and take my hand. Baby, let's have fun tonight. Come on, enjoy the ride. Let's catch a vibe, don't stay inside. There ain't a better time. Just get up, let's have a dance. Come on, just take a chance. You look real good like I knew you would. Grab a hold and take my hand.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Share. Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
With the waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Rad brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, those kind of wish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year.
Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. With laughter and stories, come what may.
Aw, they got rained out. But no worries. The 23rd Annual Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament has been rescheduled to Saturday, August 9th. Same great course at Laulau, same great format, Blackjack Double Peoria, and same great price, only $130. Sign up today for your chance to win some awesome hole-in-one prizes. A 2026 Kia Sportage from Jotun Motors, a 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz SE from Triple J Motors, a 2025 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 TRD from AK Toyota, $5,000 from Pacifica Insurance, and another $5,000 from Marpac, both on hole number 7. And of course, you got our optional play. And at the awards luncheon raffle, Jeju Air and T-Way tickets, hotel room stays, dinner out, and more. Oh, so much more. Join us to support the Commonwealth Cancer Association at the Hanmi Charity Classic Golf Tournament, now on August 9th.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.